go again. Let me see. What's up, viewer? Please make yourself known so I can see you. We're gonna watch some videos on Friends, and I got this playlist right here for Friends, and Friends and money is a topic right now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, so we're gonna go for it to like 2. It's 1:40, so we're gonna go to 2:40. This is not gonna be two. It's gonna be an hour long. Uh, I label myself a life coach, but I also label myself, mostly a life coach. But that falls into many sectors. This video is called "Become Mr. Popular." Become Mr. Popular.
So let's jump into this. Let's go on to the first point.
Become Mr. Popular social circle techniques. Build your social circle. Let's go. Coach Kyle.
Most important part, honestly, I would say that most men need when building a social circle, and what you're going to need to do. And that is simply becoming the leader. Okay. In many lectures, I've already talked about the importance of leading, the importance of being like the leader of the tribe, why it's attractive to women. But this is also an important characteristic when it comes to building a social circle. Okay. you're going to be leading at almost every point, and not even just in the interaction.
Yo, I don't got nobody in here, but I'm gonna talk as if I do. Value is a funny thing. So I wrote down offering value. A lot of people don't know what to say around people, or they feel like an outcast. And what's funny is because we take on those roles. Nobody assigns us as that. Like even the most popular person in your high school or wherever, they didn't assign you that role. Like, we take those masks on. And the funny part about it is like when I'm talking about offering value right now, and offering value is what if you took put two people in a room and one has popularity and one don't, that person with less popularity could still offer value in any little or medium or large type way. It's perceived value. So value is perceived. So if I give you $5 and you're 4 years old, you don't perceive value in $5, or 100 or $1 million, and that never stops. So even when we're 40, 30, 20, it's what I see. So I had friends, and I went vegetarian during the pandemic, and so I started eating a bunch of fruits and stuff. I know that that's not normal for the life I was living ahead of time, but the when you really sit there and gouge that out with your mind, you really realize like I got immense value in this area. Just because people don't see it don't mean it's not immense value. That's the biggest trick that society got us. You know what I'm saying? Your value could be anything. Cause all you gotta do is I could look at any item in my room right now and pick it out or gouge it out or cropped it out in my mind. Got a black chair right here. And I can literally attach value to the chair by describing it in a way where the chair has what I would like to call a psychological edge. By me being able to poetically describe this chair in a way where it bulges out some form of a reason why it's important or has significance. So the mind is a funny gadget because it respects or it listens to kind of like what Coach Kyle's saying right now, being the leader. So just by me taking the lead, talking about a chair, I'm somehow giving value. How is that possible? Well, it's what it is. It's called self belief. Hmm. That mean that I could believe in myself anytime? Yeah. Well, anytime you cannot also not believe in yourself. You've been doing it forever, right? So like the mind is real weird like that. Nobody's gonna open up the door, let you in the world of popularity and superstardom and fame, but you can somehow get in there anyway. Like picking this lock, this psychological lock, by just thinking I'm important. They call it the law of assumption, but it's really just a change of perspective. If you talk to Jadakiss, a famous person, and you talk to him, but you're saying things like about a black chair instead of asking him how can I get signed, or that forces him to kind of like come down to your level or not. And I think that the odds are better when you're doing that, because most people, what you'll find is that they don't really care about the topic. They care about the person announcing the topic. I feel like that's kind of how it's controlled.
Even when the interaction's over, you're going to be leading. I already discussed the importance of leading by opening the interaction. That's like leading, transitioning into an introduction, a name introduction, transitioning into an IG or number close, suggesting that he comes out and parties with us again, following up with him. Those are all leading qualities. Like, it's your job to do those things. You don't wait for the guy to transitioning into an introduction, a name introduction, transitioning into an IG or number close, suggesting that he comes out and parties with us again, following up.
Suggesting that he comes out and parties with us again. I think that's very important. Even if you go hop in somebody else's car and that person and you go to uh, a place to get some food or a place just to get some drinks and chop up conversation, I honestly feel that at the end of the night, it's still important. You know what I'm saying? Just based on class, you know, in terms of class, you know, whether you go on a date with a woman or you just got a friend that you're chopping up with, based on class, you know, it's psychologically pleasing for somebody to set that up again. Like, okay, yes, we're out now, but to set up the second date is like, okay, well, um, what he said.
Those already discussed the importance of leading by opening the interaction. That's like leading, transitioning into an introduction, a name introduction, transitioning into an IG or number close, suggesting that he comes out and parties with us again, following up with him. Those are all leading qualities. Like, it's your job to do those things. You don't wait for the guy to like follow up with you, because most people aren't going to do this. Most people aren't the leader. Okay, there's like the whole group's down here. There's one leader at the top. If you're going to build your own social circle proactively, one of the most important characteristics is leading. Okay, so just to reiterate this point, one of the friends I made, this guy Joe, I posted his IG into the chat.
It's all leading.
He's a natural social circle guy. He never studied pickup, never studied game. He doesn't know anything about technical pickup. However, when I met this kid out, he already had a very big social circle. He was already successful with women. He was a natural at social circle. And when I met him out at a nighttime venue. And I think I was just in an area, this was pre-COVID, years ago actually. I met him out. There was a group of people around I was just interacting with, and he was 2 bodies over from me. And at some point, I just made like an observational statement about him. And that was how it started, okay? From there, we just talked a little bit. I didn't even have that long of an interaction with him. But
observational statement is like I said about the chair. Something I observed. Man, this apple juice, man, it don't taste like how it used to taste when we were kids, do it? You know, it's a statement. It's a statement like this apple juice don't taste that good. You know, it's a random or dang, I need to stop wearing my shoes in my house, bro. I heard that's bad luck. You know, it's like a statement that's random. And it's funny, like I just got done saying, like a lot of the times we don't allow ourselves to speak our mind like that because we think that it's going to be considerably corny, whack, or not socially. You're going to feel like you're throwing dirt. Like, you know, this is garbage. This is junk mail. Why would I tell somebody this? I don't even be acknowledging my random thoughts because I classify them as random thoughts. But in all reality, it's like gold. It's like trash that's gold. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So you'll be surprised that you're junking this stuff, this information, but some social guru in New Mexico is like linking up with 1 million women just because they decided to believe in junk. You know what I'm saying? That's how odd the world really is. You just gotta simply believe in yourself, and to the point where believing in yourself overshadows the whole thing. Whether it's junk or not, you're believing in yourself.
Changed names, and that was it. About 2-3 weeks later, I was at the same venue and I saw him again. At which point, we said, "What's up? How you doing?" Blah 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 blah. We joked around a little bit, and that was it for that night. And then I saw him a third time, like 2 weeks after that. And at this point, I had already known he had a girlfriend.
but I saw him out and he was talking to some girl. She was actually really attractive. But at some point, I went up to him and I was like, "Oh, what's up, Joe?" And as a joke, I was like, "Yo, bro, like, yo, where's your girlfriend tonight?" And I kind of like said it like laughing and joking to the point where he like started blushing because it was kind of obvious, and the girl started to feel weird. And then the girl kind of like walked away, but me and him like joked about that situation later on. And then literally from that night, he asked for my phone number. And then one thing I noticed about him was he continued to follow up with me through text message. Like the following week, he invited me out to a pregame at his house. He had an apartment that was really close to the bar, so he invited me out. I didn't go. And then 2 weeks after that, he was like, "Hey, by the way, dude, I'm hosting a barbecue this weekend. If you want to come by, like, just bring some alcohol." So he invited me to the barbecue. I didn't go to the barbecue either. And then like a month after that, he invited me out a third time. At which point, oh no, actually, I don't think I even went to the third invite, honestly. But what did happen was I was out like a month after all of this shit, and I made friends with another person who was like, "Yo, dude, there's an after party down the street. You should come." I was like, "Cool." He brings me to the after party. It was fucking lit. I was like, "Yo, is this your house?" He goes, "Nah, dude, the homeowner's over there." And then he opens the door, and it's Joe's apartment. And I was like, "Joe?" He's like, "Kyle, what are you doing here?" I was like, "Oh, he fucking invited me to your party." And then from that moment on, like, we were cool. We started hanging out. Okay, so that was how I met him. But all I'm trying to say, I'm telling you this story to reiterate the point of the importance of following up with somebody and constantly or consistently extending invites to them. He didn't even get me to go out until 3 or 4 invites like a month later. Okay, and actually I kind of met up with him by coincidence, but he was the one that was like, "What's your phone number? I'll hit you up sometime." He took my phone number. He sent me the text message. He invited me out several times, and then eventually I went out. So that's what I'm saying with this, guys. Like, the importance of becoming the leader is throughout every stage of the interaction, but it's also about following up with people and extending invites to them. Okay, you're following up with everybody you meet. Okay, and at a certain point, you keep inviting people out enough, they're going to start turning to you when these bigger events come up or start happening. Meaning, if every weekend I've been doing something and I'm inviting people out, and now suddenly it's Halloween weekend, everyone's going to start hitting you up asking, "Yo, what's good for Halloween? What are you doing for Halloween?" To you when these bigger events come up or start happening. Meaning, if every weekend I've been doing something and I'm inviting people out, and now suddenly it's Halloween weekend, everyone's going to start hitting you up asking,
How many of y'all? I got 0 viewers, but I'm talking like I got a million right now. How many of y'all invite? I mean, do some if how many of y'all do something every weekend? Just you.
"Yo, what's good for Halloween?" They're going to start turning to you when these bigger.
Cause I got schedules, and I always tell y'all to make daily schedules. So right now it's Sunday. We're heading into Monday. I didn't do much this weekend. I enjoyed myself. Just me, myself, and I sincerely enjoyed myself just being by myself because I love Mother Nature and I tapped in with her, and that's to me the biggest like payoff. Like that's the biggest payoff in the world. You know what I'm saying? I honestly feel like when we pass and we die, we go straight to her. Like that's straight to source. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you tap in with Mother Nature and Father Time on Earth, you're in a beautiful place organically. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a excuse. If you don't want to hang with nobody, you want to meditate instead, or you want to walk in the grass and smell the leaves. That's always a home base. But every weekend, I'm about to start doing this myself. Uh, Monday through Friday, I can't do nothing but handle business and stay on schedule for myself and do things that I feel like is necessary. But Friday, Saturday, Friday it was really Friday and Saturday. Sunday, you can dance if you want. You can choose. I'll give y'all Sunday, but Friday, Saturday, especially Saturday, those are the days that we play like men. Well, not play like men, but be men. women, and actually go out here and socialize, bro. Like, like no excuses on Friday, Saturday. Um, but he's talking about we're in the category right now, following up. We're in the category right now, following up. Following up can be explained as, uh, like I said, if you have a daily schedule, which I tell you how to make, you already have somewhat of interaction with Mother Nature or outside or some form of self love, and your life has some form of outside, or you're moving around somewhere, you're frolicking a little bit. You might hit the gym, you might just be all to yourself though, but that's cool because this is all about incorporation. But following up is simply just hitting people up. So if I decide, like, okay, I found a nice little bar near my house or around the corner or down the street or just, somewhere in your vicinity, whatever. And I'm a vegetarian, so I start to drink these virgin drinks, whatever. I order a virgin drink, virgin, whatever you want to call it. And so I chill and I drink my drink. I drink, chill, chill, chill. And I realized that, you know what? I met a couple people on Bumble. What's up, viewer? How you doing? But I met a couple people on Bumble, or I met a couple people on whatever. But I herded people to my text messaging. So the people who are in my town or city, uh, I mean, I guess it could be state too. I guess it could be like, I don't know, whatever. But people who are around, you know what I'm saying? You can, like, people who you feel like are close or in your state, whatever. You can text them and just send them a flat message like, hey, like, I'm gonna be headed here this weekend. I don't know if you want to stop by. This is an invite. The what's up to my two viewers? Please make yourself known so I can say what's up to you. But yeah, following up is just, we're in the box of following up right now, and following up is just you having a plan every weekend, because I tell you how to make schedules, and it's having a plan for yourself. Like, this weekend is Sunday right now. We're going into Monday, so you will be starting to think about some activities. And this is beautiful, literally painting your life how you want to paint it. Because for me, I love Mother Nature. I value Mother Nature. So in my lifetime, my schedule, I'm going to automatically place Mother Nature in there somewhere, because I don't want to ever go too far away from my norm just to uh, make somebody else happy. So, like, I'm a vegetarian, so I would get virgin drinks at the bar. And I would go there, I would get virgin drinks at the bar, and I would be, you know, chill. I'm a firm believer in vetting places. So you go to a place once or twice by yourself first. Get to know the bartenders or whatever, and chop it up with them. You don't even gotta really talk to no people around if you don't want to. I believe when you vet a bar or diner or a place near you, you simply just talk to the waiter for 5 minutes. You might say what's up to somebody near you. Cool. Exchange your number or whatnot. Cool. That okay. cool. But you really just make sure you get to know that them waiters. You leave, and then by the time Thursday come or Wednesday come, you don't want to tell nobody last minute. By the time Wednesday come, you sending out texts. Hey, I'm gonna be going here. I'm gonna be going here this weekend. Da 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 da. Um, but let's see what Coach Kyle talking about.
Events come on or start happening. Meaning, if every weekend I've been doing something and I'm inviting people out, and now suddenly it's Halloween weekend, everyone's gonna start hitting.
Because I'm into hiking, nature, woods. I like woods. I like to smell fresh air. I'm into nature. I just am, and it bothers me that it's taking so long for me to get my life right like this. It's like this back brace straightening up my spine. It's taking forever for me to get this, and now I feel like I'm at war with my spine because I still got a tendency to bend to my resting places like this. It just doesn't feel, it's like I gotta always keep tweaking with it until finally one day I can honestly say that I've been braced. Like I used to have braces, you know what I'm saying, and same thing. Like it'll work out though. Everything will work out. And this social life stuff, it's the same thing, bro. It's just however you want to do it. Like I really rock with the app Bumble. I really mess with that app. That app has been nothing but easy pickings for me. You can refresh it every day and get new people up there. And then I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give y'all my game. I'm gonna give y'all the game that I use. Simple game. Yo, what's up? Or how's it going? It's my opener message. How's it going? What's up? How you doing? What's good with you? What's going on? The typical da, 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 da. Second message, no matter what they say back. Oh yeah, nah, blah 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 blah. You seem cool. I always make sure I get that in that second. You seem cool. Most people are egotistical. They're gonna say something like, "Yeah, bro, I appreciate you, bro. Like, thank you." Okay, cool, whatever. Third message. Yeah, 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 blah blah blah. Here's my number. Text me. Closed it. Um, and you want to pick the people in your area always. They don't gotta live in the town, but they gotta live in the city. Shout out to the viewer number two. Please make yourself known. I love to meet new people. I love to be social. That's what this whole video is about. It's really about finances and friends, but um, we're more so geared towards just the social aspects right now and how that because you don't really need money to do this, and it's so funny to me. You don't need money to date, and you don't need money to have social circles. You know what I'm saying? But this world tried to trap people that way. Like they know a lot of people don't know how to talk. A lot of people don't know how to socialize. And a lot of people don't do it every day. A lot of people don't practice it. So the world got a way of kind of closing you to yourself, like closing you. You know what I'm saying? When you don't got a lot of friends, and you don't open your mouth. You don't verbalize things. You don't speak up. The world will really play with you. But let's see what Coach Kyle still talking about right now because he got a lot of game. Coach Kyle got a lot of game, so I like listening to Coach Kyle and stuff like that. But this whole thing revolves around how you're gonna win in life. This whole thing, this whole thing. Let's see. Let me see.
It can take months to finally see a therapist when you go the traditional route, whether it's through school, work, and these bigger events come up or start happening. Meaning, if every weekend I've been doing something and I'm inviting people out, and now suddenly it's Halloween.
Oh yeah, and so every weekend. He used the word every weekend. And off the bat, when you break that down, a lot of people are going to feel like, oh my God, I know there's no way I can go from not doing nothing ever to doing something every weekend. And like I said, in my opinion, that's just what our minds are going to initially give us doubt. But the truth of the matter is that you don't have to do something every weekend, but it'll be cool to start implementing on your daily schedules. Um, writing in on Wednesday to start to project what is it that you want to do uh, on the weekend. So I know it's tomorrow's gonna be Monday, so Monday I will start thinking about Wednesday. While I'm living my life, da 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 da. But I'm on Monday. I'm thinking about Wednesday because I know on Wednesday I gotta actually start to really know what's coming this weekend. See, when I was younger, I lived a lot of my life in the moment, so I would just let life kind of hand me plans. Oh, I'm with the gang, I'm with the crew, whatever. So it'll come to a time where it's like, oh, word, that's what we doing. We going to a party, okay, bet. I would kind of just let life just happen, and I would just be okay with that. I wouldn't really guide things too much. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like at one point we used to play basketball all the time. Then it went from basketball to like more so just like chilling at houses and just I don't know. It was weird, but this is what Coach Kyle was talking about. He was talking about how good of a leader you are, and that's what this is all about: taking control. That's it. When at what percentage you take control over your life is the percentage of how awesome your life is just gonna be. And a lot of people find that hard to believe. I know I do. Like, not no more, but I did. Like, my subconscious beliefs didn't believe it. You know, like why would I be raised this way if the answer is that way, right? And it's harder for narcissistic raised people or people raised by. Why would it be this way if it's that way? But it's really just like that. Your mom that's a narcissist might never let you take control of the wheel like that, but you still gotta be uh internally unacceptable of that and unapologetic in how you're about to be. So the whole world in the matrix is gonna go against it. That thought of you being a leader. Who are you? Where are you coming from? Why do you think you could tell us what to do? Da, 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 da. That's the whole spirit of the matrix. But see, this is why I got something for that. I'm just gonna ignore whoever got that spirit off the rip. I'm not gonna deal with you because it's immature for somebody to assume that for you to assume that I'm never good at something is to assume that you're always good at something. Nobody's always or never. So somebody who got a lopsided thought process like that, that's an extremely idiotic and toxic and emotional person. I would not deal with that. You can't manage that. It's an unmanageable person. They're in their feelings because you're leading situations. And 9 times out of 10, they're a loser. So it is what it is.
Weekend, everyone's gonna start hitting you up asking, yo, what's good for Halloween? What are you doing for Halloween?
And so it sounds like to me, bro, right here has a very wicked and a good type of wicked catalog of ideas of things that he can just pull out the vault and say, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that." Now, when you have a car, obviously that can feel a little bit more um digestible to you mentally to do. when you're on foot, skateboard, bike, these things, and you don't have a job, your life is kind of unprioritized and mangled up. So you probably should go. This is where the money part of this video comes in. Probably should turn up that knob of the finances, figure out what you like to do, and just rev that engine of finances a little bit. Because the least we can do if we don't want to walk everywhere. What you should have places in your square circumference of your home that you know, and you Google and you search and you figure out bars, um, and really the bars, the fancy restaurants, uh, these little places like that. Um, Trendy coffee shops. And this be the main problem. People don't be knowing where to go. People don't be knowing where to go. When I lived over on this way, um, I had a McDonald's near my house. I had different little things near my house. But no matter where you go, everything is personalized. This is why you got to know yourself very well. Everything is personalized. So this is the where things get fun though, because nobody don't know you like you know you. I always identify with the signs. I'm a Leo. I always identify with the signs and symbols of us. Even the skin tone, skin color, the ethnicities, not the stuff that's material like your hairstyle or your clothes, but like the inward things. Like your sign is kind of like an inward thing. It doesn't, there could be a dark skinned short person, but he's a Leo. So we're two different looks, but we the same thing. Um, Being born in August, in the summertime, uh, these little bit more intricate things about myself, but they're not necessarily too deep, but they're deep. You know what I'm saying? They're things that I identify with. Things that, in my opinion, they're stories that if I express to people, they will say, "Wow, I feel like I know him a little more now." You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, those are one good topics to talk about with people to establish some familiarity, and two, it's the things about you that mean something to you. So when it comes to mastering this thing we're talking about tonight, it has a lot to do with how you feel about yourself. Do you accept yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you take pride in yourself? Because these things really do a plethora of magic for you within dating and within social interactions with just people in general. Because people love people who love themselves. When you come across somebody who has self love, it's like, wow, this person might, this competition. You subconsciously, it's not a bad competition, but it's like a, wow, this person loves themselves. You notice that, you realize it based on how they feel about themselves. Uh, in life, you either gonna feel special or you're not. Of course, you can gain confidence. You can have you can have a coach. There's confidence coaches out here. Um, a lot of stuff I'm into. I'm into a lot of that stuff, and it really just trains your mind to see and to look at the thing that you would be higher in percentage of you loving yourself than looking at the thing that will make you just not even hate yourself, but just not see it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you're by yourself, there's no distractions. You may love yourself the whole time, but it's just people around you that deter your attention away from self. Some people are so thirsty for attention that that's what they love to do. Because instead of them seeing you love yourself and them saying, "Wow, that's beautiful," they say they see that challenge or that competition thing and they take it to heart, or they feel like it's not fair, or they feel, they take it the perverted route. Yeah, it's a sick-minded world, sick-minded people. So you gotta know what places you meet people, and you gotta take pride in those places. So your integrity gotta be tied in. I always talk about the word integrity, and it sounds like intelligence or intellect or intel. What does your internal tell you to go? See, Mother Nature or always my integrity always tells me to sniff the air and just meditate and just go with those things. So even when somebody's leading and they're telling me, "Oh, you want to go out to get drinks," that's cool. You feel me? I don't mind that type of environment. But when I have my truck, shout out to viewer number three, please make yourself known. But when I had uh, my truck, I had a yoga mat in the back. I'll be pulling up to these Indian restaurants downtown, eating Indian food, salads. I like the salad. It's a place called I forgot what it's called. Salad place downtown. Uh, I'll be going to farmers market buying a whole bunch of canary melons and fruits and just like that's what I like. But then, uh, so my days are really cool, like relaxed, window down, catching the breeze, music, old school music, a little bit of R&B, whatever, old school soul, whatever, and eating peaches and plums and oranges, healing myself, not killing myself, and just life is different under those circumstances. You start to notice that you start to clean away the impurities automatically. And so much value is added to you that you just don't care. You don't even need to go to a bar or to do these social things that people think are going to give them some type of self-esteem by being in an environment, a building packed with people. Like, well, I don't need it. It doesn't. I'm already on cloud nine. Once I eat fruit, I'm already there. That's my greatest high. You know what I'm saying? I just love fruit. It just does it for me. Um, it just does it for me. And so being that type of person is 222, by the way. Being that type of person, it makes it weird because that lifestyle is so unique that the crowd of people that I once hung with, it's almost like I would be putting a dagger in there or busting their it's like they're floating on like a air mattress on a river, and it's like I'm busting it and saying, "Yo, come do this." And I'm pretty sure a lot of them would, based on because out of love and knowing that I wasn't no just they respected me basically. But when you change your life and you want to develop new everything, when you know you're headed in the right direction with yourself and you're leading your life, You allow God to place these new people. And I tried to add the old with the new. I tried it already. It's as if I was the one floating on the air mattress in the river, and they would poke that mattress, and I would drown. So it's not gonna work, you know. So I found that the social of a human being is the gas. It's the thing that helps you to fly to your next levels. If humans had wings to make it from level to level in life, it would be your words. And so we sleep on words, but words are like magic. Words are like prayers. Prayers bring things to life. Words bring things to life. When I say I will be rich, I will be married, I will have kids, I will do this, it's like who can tell me I can't? It would have to be somebody who psychologically is sick, doesn't want me to have it. But what I'm saying is this, to get back to the point, the more stuff you write down, because words are magic, your life becomes magical and you can actually draw up and devise what you see. Your vision can become more solid because it's just you and your footsteps at that point. And the vision, no one's there to stop that. No one cares to stop it, really. They're too lazy to stop it. Nobody cares. But guess what? I'm not saying that the enemy ain't real. I'm saying that nobody's you. Nobody knows you how you know you, like that. You know what you want to do. You know, uh so I wrote right here, free first meetup places and ideas. Because what if you don't got no money? What if you don't got no money yet? You know money's coming, but you don't got no money yet. So then you wanna have meetup places that are economical. I think that's the word. So like a park is a good one. A lot of people could chill in the car. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind hanging in the car, just chopping it up, talking. That's cool. You feel me? I'm sure I could think of a lot more. The beach is a free place to just chop it up. A lot of girls on the beach. You feel me? Um, the mall will always be a free type of walking place. But you just want to think, because even with me right now, I'm saying to myself, bro, like I'm such a narrowing downist. That's not a word, but narrowing downist. Like, okay, the mall is cool, but how can you make reinvent the mall in a way that's more close to Mother Nature? I'm always trying to break it down because you got to just narrow things down. You got to. If you want to have game and your game to be fit to the person you really are, you want to narrow things down to a fit like a tailor made, tailor made type thing. Um, when I was down south, I had a roommate. He would like to go for walks, simply just go for walks. Walks is cool. You really just chop it up with somebody and walk. That's an exercise. Like, people talk different when you're walking down the street versus just sitting and talking. Our minds be idle when we're sitting and talking versus walking. Even with vlogging, you notice when somebody's vlogging and walking, they're a little bit more in tune with nature. Um, but yeah, I got these little things that I just gotta fill in things so I could know. Um, Yeah. Let me put Coach Kyle back on. Are we an hour? Yeah, we like an hour now. And we're gonna go a little bit longer.
Okay, you do it enough, you'll start building momentum to a point where everybody's gonna start reaching out to you because they know you're the guy that's got something going on. Okay,
Yes.
so huge point. Like even if you just stop the lecture right there and you take everything I just said and really implement that shit hard, you will have a social circle.
Yeah, because momentum is momentum. And that's what I was saying about no one's in front of you to stop you because momentum is momentum. Most human beings, what I found out what they like about people is the momentum they have. I was talking to a girl the other day and flirted with her. She was like, "You ain't got no motion. You ain't got no motion." And she was teasing me, of course. But what I heard when I read between those lines was most men nowadays don't have no motion. Show me you have some motion. That's what I heard. Because I didn't know the girl. She does not know if I have any emotion or not. But when you hear a guy coming at you with a certain type of attitude and smoothness, it's scary because you know, like, wait, hold on, he might really have motion. So she's trying to get it out of me without getting it out of me. But what I'm saying is that motion is momentum. Those two things are the same exact thing. And what Burgess said is that you built up some momentum. So by every week, you doing something every week, and that something that you're doing is a little bit bigger than what's on your daily schedule. Because I tell you how to make weekly schedules. So on the throughout the week, what you're probably doing, you're probably going for walks by yourself. You're probably eating something, showering, going here, uh, uh, just little things around the house and around in the house and around the house when you're solo dolo. But you're saying to yourself, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, them days where I can kind of like branch out just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I could kind of maybe go, down the street or around the corner or go to this mom and pop restaurant. You'll try things out in the neighborhood. And it sounds like to me when he's saying this, you're starting to do things that's slightly above your normalcy of things. So if I'm doing what I mean by slightly above normalcy is that you're walking out your door and going into establishments. This is what you're doing. You're going into companies. You're going into uh, offices, companies, places uh, within your neighborhood. It could be outdoors or indoors. It could be a park behind a school, or it could be things that are psychologically, intuitively what you really want to do, but it's still not just in your house or around your house. It's more so on the street in front of your house. It's going down that street, or it's coming back down this way down that street, or it's coming back down that back road down your street, or it's on the street over from that, or this way. So we all live in a square house, and we all have a square around our house. A street this way, a street this way, and a street this way. So what I'm hearing is that what he's doing is he's saying he's slightly going above his means on the weekends into these establishments. So maybe I might walk in McDonald's. Maybe I don't even eat McDonald's, but I might walk in Best Buy. But it takes a little bit more of a arrogance out of you to just walk into these places. If every day you're just around your house. You're not doing much with yourself. You don't even got the money. You don't got no money. You just be around the house. You stay within your means. You don't got no good finances right now. You just be kind of like soaking it up and not having that money yet. Okay, cool, but you don't need no money to step foot in an establishment. But see, Satan have you to a point where you say, I don't deserve to be in these places no more. I can't buy nothing. Walmart right down the street, Target right down the street. You know what I'm saying? I can't buy nothing. That's the attitude. But if you know, like, okay, bet, I'm not going in here to make friends. I'm not going in here to steal nothing, or I'm not going in here to take nothing. I'm going in here to get my feet wet. I'm going in these places just to scope sceneries and see so I can make room. That's what you're doing. You're making psychological room. And that's a different part of the game. That's more metaphysical. But you're going into places and you're scoping it out with your eyesight. So if I was to walk into a pizza place or some popular place or even a Chipotle or a Starbucks down the street and just walk in and just make this psychological analysis of okay, um, let me look at the menu. Make up something. Let me look at the menu. Don't just walk into places no more. Family, whoever's watching, don't just walk into establishments no more. Walk in with an attitude of an adult. We're not kids no more. What I mean by that is we walk in and we take notes. It don't even got to be in our hand, but in our mind. Okay, let me look at the restaurant menu. If the waiter walk up to me, I'm gonna say, "Hi, how you doing? My name is Will. Nice to meet you. How's your day going?" Da, 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 da. Well, you know what? Um, do you have a menu? They give me the menu. I look at the menu. Do they have it? I'm talking to myself now. Or I might say to her, do you have any vegan options? Vegetarian? Because now what am I doing? I'm differentiating myself and distinguishing myself from every other person who walked in off the rip. Every time I walk in now, Sarah, who works at Starbucks, know that Will is a vegetarian. No different than my viewers on YouTube. So I'm gonna make Sarah smile because every time I come in there, she's gonna say something funny like, "Hey, aren't you that boy who like vegan food? Aren't you that guy who likes vegan food?" Da, da, da. That's a conversation. That's a opening it up right there, just for nothing. But familiarity is all. One time when I was working for, I'll go for a quick story real quick. One time when I was working for DoorDash, and I had to go to Petco, I guess, to get some food for Snickers. I don't know, man. I don't know. A lizard or something wanted to eat cockroaches or something. But I'm talking to the girls in the line. I'm just naturally in that mood because I was having some motion. You feel me? Making money, that's the best type of motion you could really have. Um, Besides Mother Nature. But yeah, so I'm chopping it up with the females and stuff like that. And she said, I complimented a girl with, I think, on her eyes or something. I don't remember. But, giving off that energy. But I left. Just complimentary, but I just leave. I had to go to Petco another time because when you do DoorDash, they typically, they send you to places you already been and stuff like that. And so this girl, I see her again. She chopping it up with me. She ain't you that boy who said that who complimented me on my eyes, and so she remembered and she'll bring it up again. And so what I'm saying is that it's that familiarity, closeness. She felt closeness to me because I gave her a compliment, and this is important. This is important. Make people feel special because you remembered something or you said something. This is why my mentor always say read name tags when you go into establishments because you could become a very important person just by you saying hi. Very nice to meet you. What's your name? Let me see. Oh, that says Tiffany. How you doing? And guess what? Don't try to smash Tiffany. Please don't try to crush Tiffany. Let Tiffany have an epiphany. Let her come to terms. Because one thing I learned in life is that it takes 1 second to build up a castle of respect, and it takes 1 second to put a big dent in that sand castle. It takes 1 second. As soon as you try to do too much, it's just you gotta know what's perfect. So you gotta reach that perfect mark. And women just respect you more when you leave them. I don't know why you walk away from them, but on good terms, you walk away from them. The guy who never puts a dent in the sandcastle just works. And people in general. It's not even just women, but your family, your grandparents, just people in general. Don't put a dent in the castle. I like that terminology. That's some good jargon right there. Don't put a dent in the sandcastle. It's like you got a good thing, but you know you can mess it up just by keeping on going, keeping going on, whatever. But yeah, don't do that. Don't be that
At
guy.
the very least, like that alone, that will build you a social circle. Okay. So
So I'm pausing them out a lot. But a social circle is, from my knowledge, a group of 3 to 4 people, maybe. I'm not too sure, but a group of 3 to 4 people who maybe you have a group chat together. Uh, it could be through technology. I'm trying to see. Um, I don't think I've defined a social circle to myself ever. I don't think I did define a social circle, but I know it has to do with a numerous of people all in a circle, not a literal circle, but a circle of people. Like me, somebody named Tom, Rob, and Jim, and then Bill and Sarah and Sally, because we commonly all speak and about each other and know each other somehow. That's like a social circle. Kind of just forms. This is why you have to sometimes psychologically do it on purpose because they won't just form by themselves just because you think they should. But they are always around you. You can hop in and out of them, but I don't suggest ever hopping in something already formed because what if you don't fit the way you want to fit? You might not. It could become unhealthy quickly. It may not meet all your expectations, and that's how bad things happen, in my opinion.
it's actively making decisions for the for the group to go out and inviting everybody to come. Okay, so that alone, that will build you a social circle. Okay, so it's actively making decisions for the group to go out and inviting everybody to come. Okay, so let's say it's Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. You want to start thinking about what's a spot that I can go to this weekend. What's the nearest bar I can go to?
Nearest bar. And all you gotta do is go to Safari on your phone and type in bars near me. Before you even type in near me is gonna pop up. And off the rip, I'm looking and I see 3 bars quickly all together. And then at the bottom it says more places where you can just click on that and then they show you non-stop places close by. And this is just beautiful. I'm just looking at it now. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, chat. My mom had taught me about the version version drinks because I'm a vegetarian. Version drinks to order. Not so 21 tasty non-alcoholic drinks to order at a bar. Yeah, let's click on that. Surely non-alcoholic wine. It's never a bad idea to be more mindful about your drinking. That can be easier said than done. And go out with friends who are drinking alcohol. Whether you're taking a break from drinking or dry dry January or you're the driver home, you don't need to stick to water or whatever is in the soda. Sip on something delicious instead with the best not non-alcoholic drinks to order at bar. Ah, they gave us a table of contents. Virgin wine spritzer. I don't like stuff like that. Non-alcoholic Moscow Mule. Virgin Mojito. All these names. Roy Rogers. Ginger and juice. I like that. That sounds like my speed. Ginger and juice. Virgin pina colada. That's my speed for sure. Virgin Bloody Mary. Never ever will I. I ain't gonna say never ever, but I don't want that. Uh, kombucha, sunrise mocktail, coffee based drinks, Boston cooler. I'll go with the ginger and juice, non-alcoholic cocktails at the bar. Yeah, I'll go with the ginger joint. But we're gonna get out of here real quick and go back to restaurants. I mean the bars near me. So now that we see these bars and we see the addresses and know how close they are psychologically, when we go back psychologically, I love using that word, so get used to it. We go back psychologically to our apps like Bumble, where we meet friends that we lower to our text messaging and we text them and we set up some form of a link. And that link, maybe they have a car because I know I don't, but I can get around with my secreted ways. A lot of y'all like to take Uber and stuff like that. That's cool. When I get my bag right, I will be doing that. Uh, However, chat and family, these places can be exercised. Going into a place is just going into a place, right? Nobody don't gotta know you. Nobody don't gotta like you. Not saying they ain't gonna like me, but I'm just saying they don't have to. It's not about that. Like I said, it's more so going in and taking, um, ordering a drink or taking a observation of a place. The observation don't always gotta be physically writing nothing down. You can use your mind and just look. Okay, some nice women here. Okay, cool. I like that. Some nice lighting over there, dance floor, pool table, nice vibes, and you just kick back and chill. And I would call that um, segment number one. Segment one. You may want to come back for segment two, but segment two is the last segment because after segment two, you're going to set up a link with somebody at that place. You're not going to a place three times by yourself. Two times is enough. One time is really enough, but two times is enough. From that point on, you now officially know one of the waiters because you said what's up to somebody. You know one of the waiters, and you just feel a little bit more accustomed. You feel a little bit more familiar. So who can tell you what? It's funny how quick we get familiar with a place. No one can tell you, get out of this chair. I sit here every day. Move. Da da. Nah, ain't none of that. We cool, calm, collected because we been here before. We been here before, and ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that anyway. But I'm just saying. So let's see what bro talking about.
What's like a pop-in food spot I could go to? What's like something I could do this weekend? And you want to
A pop in food spot, or a pop in food spot. I know a couple of them. That's when I'll go back to Safari and type in food spots near me. Oh, it's one right. There's one right there, bro. Like right there, bro. Like I've been there. Like I did DoorDash there, and I've been there a couple times. And I never really just kind of just snuck by on some like let me just really just hang out a little bit. I never really took that approach like that. Never really just took that approach like that. Dang, I don't think I was. Oh, I think I do know. I think I do know this place. Yeah, I've been here a couple times too. I've been here a couple times. This is a cool little spot, but it's in an area where there's not a lot of sidewalk there, so a lot of people don't. It's not like you're gonna meet five people there or more. You're just gonna. It's like a Spanish spot where people. It's good food, but when you go there, it probably only be two people you see, and then the people serving the food. It's not like, but it's low key. But I'll really take a girl on a date there. Can't lie, like it's if you do that, that's smooth. Like it's not really. It's too much for a girl that I when a girl when you know a girl like you, take her. And then we got this place, okay, but it's kind of like that last place I was just talking about. In terms of traffic, I'm talking about in terms of traffic right now. You never want to frequent places and waste your time going in and out of a place where you're not really having that much. It don't got that much traffic like that. You're wasting your time. But you know, just by looking at certain places, the places that you know just be a lot of motion in there all the time. And so your chances of either A, chopping it up with a female is up, or B, chopping it up with some dudes and saying, yo, like, what's your Instagram, bro? Da, 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 da. Connecting that way. It goes up because you're in the right spot. When the vibe is right, it's right. Sometimes it's not even you, it's just the environment. You go downtown, it's like that all through downtown, especially on the weekends. You can't miss because everybody feels good. You can't miss. It's hard to miss. Something's in the air, you know. Something's in the air. I mean, don't go to no Chinese restaurants. These we skip these. Don't do that. Oh, this place look dope. I ain't never seen this joint right here. I ain't gonna lie. This is look different. Look like they servicing. I ain't never seen that place. I don't know where they at. But there's some cool food spots around here. I ain't gonna lie. Chipotle, McDonald's. Texas Roadhouse is one of the ones. But you can't just walk in there just for nothing, because they'll mess around and kick you out. Just you just lingering around there. You know how that go. You can't just do that with Texas Roadhouse. But this is why we gotta get the bag. Gotta have money. Money makes everything make sense. But there's some food spots that you can just creep around, and people are frequently out and in, and it's like you don't gotta really pay just for you to get the stimuli of social interactions with people.
I'm gonna start texting everybody that you've closed.
But you don't want to be like a person who's always lingering around, but you can be if you have a mouthpiece. Like if you know how to really chop things up, you can pull people just because you got a mouthpiece and you know how to use it. Like you know how to talk a lot. Like you know how to really bring something out of nothing all day because you know how to talk, right? But if you don't really got that skill, it's gonna get a little just crazy for you.
All your potential leads, you're gonna start sending invites to them. Okay? You don't need to lie and say it's a massive party. But let's say earlier in the week I met some dude at the gym. And then I told him, yeah, I'll hit you up sometime. We can get a workout in. And now it's Thursday night. I can text him, yo, what are you doing this weekend? I think we're gonna go check out XYZ Lounge if you want. Okay?
Yo, what you doing this weekend? I think we're gonna go check out XYZ Lounge. I think we're gonna go check out uh um Fox Lounge this weekend. And you see how he's incorporating that we're in there? He's saying we're gonna go and so what he's doing is proposing the sentence as if it's already 5 to 6 people going. And that's very, very sly, but it's very, very slick and it is smooth because people don't care how slick you are as long as you're doing the right things in life. And if you're doing the right and setting up events with people is probably the right thing to be doing in your 20s. Just taking a wild guess.
Yeah, shoot the text to the dude I closed at the gym. Yo, what are you doing this weekend? I think we're gonna go check out XY Lounge if you want.
That's why I listen to bro because he kind of smooth.
XYZ Lounge if you want. Okay? Yeah, shoot the text to the dude I closed at the gym.
if you want. When you use words like if you want, very cunning. Because you may not want to. You may not want to. But you know that it's not going to hurt him if you don't go because he said if you want to. Most people ain't going to say if you want to. They're going to be like, bro, we're about to go do this today. Now, a lot of people will say, do you want to come or whatever, but they won't say it. Though. You got to make, this is why words are important. You got to phrase it perfect. People got to know, like, bro, you're not needy. You don't care. Like, you know, you got to keep a free, open soul about it. Like, you can't be closed. Like, they got to be like, bro, because you coming off as very social. You know what I'm saying? That's the key. You come off as very social. People can't do nothing but fold. Can't lie to you.
Send that text to him. Then I send it the DM to like 2 or 3 other people that I closed at the club.
DM the 2, 3 other people I closed at the club. So when I'm in that, let me go back to Safari and bars near me. So when I went to